not a very happy ball.
Hello and welcome to this week's Golf Equipment Q&A. I'm Valerie Melvin, I'm here with Frank Thomas, and we're in the Frankly Frog Putting Studio here in Orlando, Florida, where it's our mission to help you improve your putting. This week, however, Frank, we have a question in relation to the golf ball. That unhappy little golf ball you saw earlier, what is wrong with it? And we had a question from Frederick. He'd read Mike Johnson's recent article in Golf World about the secret testing that the USGA is doing with regard to limiting the distance that the golf ball goes. What's your take on this, Frank?
Frederick, I am not surprised because the USGA has been talking about this for about 2 years now, that they were going to test some balls that were going 20 to 25 yards less than the standard golf ball. And it's of some concern to me because I don't believe that there's a problem. Now, I believe that we need to define the problem first very clearly, and then we can find a solution to it, and then in finding your solution, carry out some tests. Now, the USGA is carrying, so I'd like to congratulate them for carrying out a test, but it has to be a very, very extensive test because you have to test it under all conditions just to make sure, and with a lot of people, not only the professionals, but with average golfers, to make sure that you can solve the particular problem. If you can't solve the problem, then don't go through with it. And I'm sure the USGA is going to do that this time. We have a little bit of a problem with the groove issue. It was not as transparent as we'd like to see it, but I'm sure the USGA is going to do it this time. But I don't believe there's a problem. On the other hand, let's find out, and that's what the USGA is going to try and do.
Frank, you obviously spent quarter of a century. Does that make you feel old? Overseeing the rules and testing, golf balls and all of that. During your time at the USGA, were you ever asked to conduct experiments like this or tests like this? Has it been something that's been of concern for a long period of time?
Not too long. I think the first time they were really concerned about the distance a golf ball goes was in 1890.
So were you around then, Frank?
and it's been an ongoing concern ever since the Haskell ball came in, and we've seen this cyclical concern over and over again, and it is of concern. However, if the USGA just looks at the statistics and looks at some of the laws of nature, you see that actually it's flattened off, and we're not getting any increase in distance on the tour right now, and so. And that's been the case for the last 4 or 5 years. And so really we don't have anything to worry about. But rolling the ball back is of major concern if it's not really and truly in the best interest of the game of golf.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for that, Frank. We'll be back in touch next week. But until then,
may the frog be with you. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Find your frog at franklyfrog.com. Ribbit.